some great recipe to you today. So I find some Polish recipe which I'm going to veganize, and today I'm going to make Salceson or head cheese. I have not had it for ages, and actually that was one of my favorite Polish food. To me that was much better than sausage. So my mother used to buy head cheese for us, and we were eating that with bread. Today is my opportunity to veganize day, and this way non-animals are going to get hurt. Okay, so I have a bunch of spice here, a lot of spice today, which I'm going to use, and I'm going to follow the recipe I find online. However, I'm going to add my own things when creating my head cheese, just to look a little bit more like a Polish head cheese. There are some optional things for you, like chicken strips. I will use it, you don't have to. And other one which is optional for you also are vegan meatballs. You don't have to use it, but I want to have some chunks in my head cheese, chunks of vegan meats. So it kind of look like Salceson or head cheese. You know, I'm going to tell you about more about my ingredients as we go. Which I'm going to work on is going to be jelly. Yes, first we need to create jelly, because some head cheese is kind of like jelly-like. For this, I already have broth. So I have a vegan broth in my fridge, so I'm going to use it. If you don't have one, I use water, just water. And with this, I'm going to add garlic powder, black pepper, and salt. And of course, at the end, I will add agar powder. So before I come up to my stove, I will actually add pepper and garlic and salt with my broth. That will be probably seems a lot to you, but according to the recipe, I need to use 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I mean, nothing wrong with this, because I always thought that black pepper is more healthy than salt. So I rather use more pepper than salt at all. But this recipe calls for a little bit of salt, that's why I'm going to use that. And although I'm not a fan of using salt, but sometimes you just need just a little bit for the taste. And I'm going to use garlic powder, and about 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, yeah, it is very important ingredients also, because that is going to raise the taste of the head cheese, the garlic powder. And a little bit of salt, just to taste, just a little bit. I'm going to mix that now. So I just turned the stove on, And I'm going to let it boil before I add agar powder with it. As you see, the broth is boiling, so I go ahead and add agar powder, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of it. Is going in right now. I'm going to show you one more time how that looks like. Agar powder. I will go ahead and stir it well. Bring this to a boil. Okay, and turn it down, heat down to low, and let it cook for another 3 minutes. I'm going to transfer my mixture into another container. And put it aside and let it cool off. And actually, my liquid supposed to become a salad. Okay, or jelly, either like. I'm going to work on stuffing. And for this, I'm going to use my blender. First, I'm going to add 1 can of pinto beans. Pinto beans, again, into my blender. I will add a 1/2 cup of broth, but you can add water if you don't have a broth at home. This is vegan broth. Let it puree. Now I'm going to add about 1 cup of red lentils, which are already cooked beforehand. So I have it here again. 1 cup of red lentil, cooked red lentil is going in blender now. And I'm going to add green peas. It's frozen, a handful of it. And 1/2 cup of green apple. And I'm going to blend it until it's nice and small. Okay, again, I'm working on my stuffing. Now I'm going to add spice with my mixture. I have oregano, just to taste. Basil, just to taste. Cumin, just to taste. Thyme, just to taste. Onion powder, just to taste. Smoked paprika, just to taste. Marjoram, just to taste. And a little bit of nutritional yeast. I'm also going to include a little bit of mixed pickling, just for the extra flavor. Now I'm going to blend it a little bit more. Smells good. And add mustard, and I'm using classic yellow mustard. 1 teaspoon of mustard is going in. And now I'm adding 2 teaspoons of agar powder. Mix that well. And I'm going to transfer my mixture into the pot, and I'm going to cook it for 3 minutes. So let me just mix it well. I'm going to show you how it looks like. It's my mixture or stuffing. You prefer to call it stuffing. And now I'm going to come up to the stove and let it cook it for 3 minutes. So it's in a pot and is cooking for 3 minutes. To be transferred into a big bowl. And I will let it cool down a bit before I add the rest of the ingredients with it. Maybe I'll show you how that looks like after I boil my mixture for 3 minutes. The consistency is pretty good, and that's what we need. Now I will open the bag and pull out a couple of my chicken strips. Just add with my mixture. I'm just adding like half of the bag. Just cut it into small pieces. Oh, some of them are still frozen. So I'm cutting those strips into small pieces. Okay. And now I'm going to open my vegan meatballs. That's what I'm using. And go ahead, just pull up 3, maybe 4 of them. We'll slice each of them. Okay. Looks like that. And I will have to cook it somehow because they are not cooked. So I place my vegan meatballs and vegan chicken in a frying pan, and I'm going to allow to fry it for at least 10 minutes, 10 to 12 maybe. Okay, I will see you soon. In the meantime, I'm going to work on my stuffing. Yeah, it's right now. Yeah, it's nice and almost cold. So what I'm going to do, I will add garlic with it, which I have about 5 cloves of garlic, and I already cut it into small pieces, and I will go ahead and add it with my stuffing. Because garlic is a very important ingredient in addition to agar in this recipe. Yeah, jelly is done. And I will add jelly, pieces of jelly with my stuffing. And because of the pepper, remember I added lots of pepper, um, it appears to be very, very dark, which is okay. And I will use it. I don't think I'm going to use it all that because we don't want our stuffing to peppery. I will go ahead, transfer my jelly onto a plate. I'm just going to flip it. Okay. Oh, a stubborn one. Let me just go around one more time. Okay, this time it's going to flip for sure. All right. Whoa. Whoa. What's a stubborn one? Okay. Okay. And very imperfect looking, and that's what I like. That's what we want. Let me just cut it into pieces. Let's move that one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so into like different kind of pieces I do, you know. Again, they should not look perfect. So I'm using only 1/4 of it. I don't need really all of it, I guess. Oh, it's really good. I don't really feel that pepper at all. Okay, I think there should be plenty since I will have vegan meat to go along with my mixture as well. So this is how vegan meat looks like after I fry it in the oil. You can bake it, but it will take a little bit longer. And if you want to save your time, it's probably better to let it fry. Allowing my meat to cool off, and in the meantime, I will add my jelly with my mixture, and I'm using my hands to do it. Okay. So just push it in a little bit. Now I will have to add meat. I just wonder if I should mix that first with my hands before adding vegan meat. No. I would add just a tiny bit of cold oil I put in the fridge in order for my mixture to have a little bit of grease. And I'm using canola oil, probably the best if you use coconut oil, because it kind of tastes like lard, which is probably more appropriate for this recipe. But canola oil will work as well. So I do just a little bit. I will go ahead and mix everything now. I will dump this on my cutting board now. Oil over this. I will transfer this on my plate and put it in the fridge for a couple hours. Then I'm going to see how they turn out after I take it out. Hopefully that work. Okay, I will put it in the fridge now and I will see you in a couple hours. This is my Salceson or head cheese. And I kept it for good 2 hours. More you keep it in the freezer, it will be better for the head cheese, especially if you want to slice that. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with the outcome, and I will show you how they look like from the close-up. It should be like more like a jelly-like, but I'm pretty happy with what I got for the first time. Not too bad at all. Okay, so let me just cut it into half to see how that looks like from the inside. I'm using the long knife. Okay. Wow, looks great. It looks great. Wow, amazing. Wow. The color is a little, I say, unique. Maybe because of the ingredient, but other than that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the unique look, really. And I really want to show you again how that looks like. Look at this. Isn't it great looking? Wow. I'm just impressed with the outcome. I will grab one and just go ahead, cut one slice from there, and I will taste that. Wow, maybe I do too. Very good. Beautiful slices of head cheese. So it's time to taste it. Always the best time of the cooking show. All right. That's really good. I'm thinking that would be even better the next day. Very, very good. And the garlic and the vegan meat I just put in there, and jelly I made as an excellent addition to it, to the stuffing. Wow, it's so good. Wow, I'm loving that. The look is great. Wow, let me just have another piece. And consistency is pretty good too. I mean, you still have to keep it in the freezer for a couple hours, but that's okay. I think the original one, the one made with meat, I believe needs to be in the fridge too for some time. Okay, well, if you enjoy my recipe, if you have not a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, please do so. And go vegan for animals. And I will see you next time in my new video. Have a good night, everyone.